Salutations! If you would please join your palms together for a meditation reading. Because I am ignorant, I am confused. A translation by the Reverend Dr. Taitetsu Uno, Professor Emeritus from Smith College. If you would please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. That meditation reading came from a book by Haguri Sensei. And he was it's been a while, and the book was published, I think, in 1957. But his words ring true to this day. And at the very beginning of the book, The Awakening of Self, there is a parable. And a parable is simply a story. And it's used to show a moral or spiritual lesson in it. And this parable starts out as, when we hear a siren of a fire truck or an ambulance or even a police car, and we can hear it, but it's far away in the distance, and it's going away from us. And eventually it disappears. We hear it, yet it doesn't concern us because we don't have any use for it. But however, if that siren is in your neighborhood, or even coming to your house, we have a tendency to listen more closely and more anxiously, waiting for this siren to approach. So we have when a siren is far away, okay, no concern of ours. But yet, when we want that siren to be closer to our neighborhood or to our house, we listen more intently. Well, it's the same as the sound of the Dharma. When we are seeking solutions, asking for guidance or direction, or just finding a new path, hearing the teachings is new to us, and it contains not advice, but it contains the teachings that can help us on our path. But yet, when we don't really need the teachings, we still hear it, but does it really soak in? Or do we just store it somewhere else and we forget all about it? So you have two situations. One of dire straits. We want the teachings. Or it's the other way. Well, today I'm okay. Tomorrow I may be okay. So the teachings are there, but I don't have any use for it right now. But when it comes to the Dharma, Dharma is all the time. It is to hear it, to use it, to live it. And yes, there are parts of the Dharma, the teachings that may not pertain to us. Yet, if you think about it, that Dharma, that teaching may help someone else. But how does that other person hear the Dharma? Well, it comes from us. It comes from me. It comes from you. In your understanding of what the teachings are. And it can be very simple words. And it can be you don't have to go into depth into the understanding of the teachings. Because the Buddha gave his sermons so that all people, no matter what class of people, what nationality, what gender, any of those things are, he wanted all sentient beings to be able to hear the Dharma. So this parable shows us that the closer we can get to the Dharma can guide us. But if we push the Dharma away, we're just sitting and listening. That's it. We have to give thought to what is being said, what is being taught, what we read. And we have to be open to what is being heard and talked about. You know, we disagree, yeah, and we tend to close our ears when it's not agreeable to us. But the middle way is to listen as objectively as possible and figure out for ourselves, to really truly dig deep inside us and figure out what is truth or what is not truth. So it's human nature to not use the teachings that we either don't want to hear or to know about or we disagree about. But it's still listening, it's still hearing, it's still trying to figure out for ourselves. And it is the true self that looks at this problem, this issue, this whatever you want to call it, this circumstance, and to figure out where we as individuals, we as sentient beings, can take the path, what path to take on this road of Nembutsu. I don't expect everyone to agree with what I say. Yes, it kind of hurts my feelings, but it's that person who's listening that figures out, that interprets, that makes sense of what is being said. And the teachings of the Buddha have always been truth. We have to figure out how we can utilize the truth to make our lives more happy, more peaceful, harmonious. But like all true human nature, it's not always going to work that way. We'll find disagreements with people. We'll find that someone's opinion is not right. But who are we to say what is right, what is wrong? We can listen. We can truly listen to what they're saying. And knowing ourselves, we can pick the truth out. So this parable of the sirens being far, far away, or those sirens being close up, close to us. We have to figure out, not even figure out, but we have to have compassion for both. Somewhere far with these sirens far, far away, someone is hurting or someone needs help. And we can always say, Namu Amida Butsu, we hope it's well with that person or that situation. But yet, when it gets closer to us, to our own hearts, it's still Namu Amida Butsu. To take away that panic, to take away that anxiety, to be able to make us breathe and think. It's simple as I say it, and it sounds simple as I say it, but to truly look at it, teachings, what we hear, how we feel, what we see, is very important, not only to ourselves, but maybe to the other person. And that comes from hearing. That's coming from using all our senses. And particularly in Buddhism, it is our mind. And it is the way we live Buddhism. It is the way we live Namu Amida Butsu. To truly look at the situation. So if you would please, put your palms together in Gasho. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want, leave us a comment. It helps to spread the Dharma.